Hello and welcome to Thursdays with Annette. We're excited to be in the kitchen here and look outside. It is a gorgeous blue sky day compared to Tuesday with Annette. My gosh, the weather was atrocious and we did have problems with the filming because of the weather, so I apologise for that, out of our control. But hopefully today will be fine. So thanks for joining me. I'm excited to cook this recipe for you. It's one of my family's favourites. It is the ham and corn slice. It is so easy to make, so sit back, relax and watch me make it for you. And it's out of book 7. It's also in the Cooking for 1 or 2 book, and it serves 3. So that's a great one for singles or couples, or you know, whoever doesn't want 6 serves, because that's how many you get in the book 7. So this is the recipe we're making today. It's super easy to make, and I don't know about you, but I am a huge fan of slices. I love them. Now, before we start, let's talk about the winners. I know, winner, they're very excited. 3 lucky winners from last week's show, which was the beef tortilla stack. Now, we've got Maria Friendo is very excited. Hi, Maria. Patricia Sly is also very happy, and Sally Adicott. They were the winners for this week, so stay tuned to see what's up for winning later in the show. All right, so now I have preheated my oven to 180 degrees fan force, so it is ready. My apron's on, I've got all my stuff, so let's get started. So we need for this recipe 5 eggs, but we'll only use 3 whole, and we will use 2 egg whites, and you'll see that as I go. And the reason I want to save on the fats, because this recipe is only 7.2 grams of fat, which is fabulous. I know. We're going to use the 97% fat-free ham because once again we're looking at the low fat, fabulous stuff. It's either 75 grams or 3/4 of a cup. We've got 1/2 cup of skim milk, so you can see here how we look at the fats, and I'm all about low saturated fat. Good for our heart, also good for our hips. I've already sliced up the shallots because I thought let's get that out of the way, 1/2 cup. I've also got some frozen corn. Now you can use fresh if you wanted to cut it off the cob, you can do that. But I'm doing easy today. It's 3/4 of a cup of corn kernels frozen, as well as 3/4 of a cup of cream corn, which you buy in a can. I've got 1/2 cup or 50 grams of reduced fat cheese, so that's ready to go. I've got 3/4 cup of self-raising flour. I've got some sweet potatoes, some zucchini, garlic, veggie stock powder, pepper, cherry tomatoes, the Kraft Parmesan cooking spray. I know, a lot of stuff, but it all goes together real easy. So let's get started. So let me move my little eggies over there. Let's make a thing so you can see me. I think I'll do the ham first. Let's get that out of the way. So I tend to just try and keep it together like that and cut it because I'm all about quick. You know, let's get this done and in our belly. That's right. Now, you can replace the ham with chicken. It tells you in the recipe. And if you're vegetarian, I've got you covered, don't worry, because you can make it with a vegetarian. And you can replace it with like capsicum or celery. It's fantastic. All right, so what we do here is the easy thing. We've got a bowl here. I'm just going to chuck everything in it as I go. So I'm just breaking up the ham. Fantastic. So thanks for joining me today. Hello, if you're just tuning in, I've just chopped up some ham because we're making the ham and corn slice out of book 7 and Cooking for 1 or 2. All right, we don't need this anymore. I'm going to wash my hands because we don't want that ham on my fingies. And now we're going to grate. So let's do the sweet potato first. Now, where's my grater? Here we go. Now, if you've got a machine, it would be even easier, but I'm going to do it by hand, and I want 3/4 of a cup. And I was a bit impressed with myself. Can I say that out loud? Well, when I was writing book 7, and I came up with the idea because I had 7 slices in my books, plus in Cooking for 1 or 2, I give you this one as well as the zucchini slice as serves 3. And I've never thought to put sweet potato in a slice until book 7. It is fabulous in it. Oh, it tastes so great. And it just gives it I don't know, a little bit of sweetness that, yeah, that it's just really good. Anyway, so here we go. What about if you said to me, oh, Annette, I want to make it, but I've got no sweet potato at home? Well, why don't you just grate up carrot instead? I'm sure it would work just as well. But I do love the sweet potato in it. And sweet potatoes are low GI as well, so I kind of like that as well. Just a little bit more. I did peel it ahead because you didn't need to see me peeling. You know how to peel sweet potato, I'm sure. All right, so now what I'm going to do is every time I make something and do it, I'm going to put it in this bowl. And now I'll just wash my hands. Got a bit of sweet potato all over it. Let's do the zucchini. We just want to chop off that end in the bin. And now we do 3/4 cup of grated zucchini. Yes, of course I have a zucchini slice that is fabulous in book 1. But this is, as I said, out of book 7 and the cooking for 2. And remember, my oven's preheated to 180 degrees. And hello, if you're just joining me, didn't you set your alarm for whatever time it is in your land? It's 1 o'clock Queensland time here. I'm making ham and corn slice. I know. If you've never had this, oh God, I'm so excited for you, because it is just one of those dishes. I make it all the time, and I kind of felt it was time to do it because we're getting the warmer weather. Well, we didn't on Tuesday, hello, but it's a great one for picnics, for taking to events. Let's move this out of the way. That's the hard bit done. I know. So what we do in this bowl, I'm going to throw everything in that we need to. So we're going to put the shallots in, going to put the corn. This is what I love about my recipes, hello. It's called chuck it all in. The cheese. And it tells you what to do in the recipe, so you don't have to worry. I'm also going to put in a teaspoon of crushed garlic. Now, hello, yes, you can use fresh, but I like quick and easy for me. Thank you very much. Now we're going to do 2 teaspoons of the veggie macel stock powder. 1, 2. I mean, are you seeing how easy this is? It's a bit fabulous. I'm also going to do, I want to do a pepper. So I'm going to do 1/4 cup. I mean, 1/4 teaspoon. A 1/4 cup would be just horrible. I'm going to just go over here so I don't put it too much in. There we go. The pepper, you could crack your own pepper in if you wanted. What else goes in? Oh yes, cream corn. This is so good in it. Us Aussies, we do love our cream corn. Now, what else? Let's get that. And the milk. No, we don't put the milk in. No, wait, I just had a thought. Let's mix this together. And we're going to then beat the eggs and then the milk. Hello, Annette, rushing ahead. You know, I get excited here on Thursdays with you guys, and thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate your support, and I'm really wanted to keep this show going, the 2 shows for you. And so, you know, I'm hoping to do it next year as well, but it'll be up to you guys. It's how well the show is, both shows are supported to whether we continue on. So I'm going to leave that in your court. Let's put this out of the way. In my soapy sink. Done. Now, let me get my sponge. I just like to have something underneath because it just makes so much noise on the bench. Now we're going to crack in. I always do the egg whites first in case I have an accident. So 2 egg whites. There we go. Oh, well done, Annette. And now 3 whole eggs. So it's 5 eggs in total. And this slice is just so fabulous. I just love it. And I actually took it to a function last week where I did them in a square, and so I could cut them in slices, and everyone was raving over them. And I did them vegetarian and gluten-free, actually, because there was a few gluten-free. Okay, beat the eggs. I'm sorry, but can this get any easier? I know, I like to pick easy recipes for you. Now the milk goes in, hello? Got it right this time. There we go. And now what do? You chuck it all in. That's right. Let me get my scraper. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Fabulous, beautiful slice. And isn't it great that you can have a choice? You can either make it for 6 or you can make it for 2. And it's really freezes well. Oh my gosh. I make it all the time, right? Because we love. And now just beat that in. And it freezes, and we cut them into single serves, and just then we can get them out. Whoever needs an easy lunch or a dinner with some salad on the side, it just always works a treat. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put the sifted flour in, and that was 3/4 cup self-raising. So remember, it's ham and corn slice. Now if you wanted to, you could make it a chicken version, or you could make it a vegetarian. And so you don't put the ham in, you put something else in. And you'll see the variations in the book. But the fat count is 7.2 with the ham. It's 7.8 with the chicken. And only 6.9 vegetarian. So you see we've grated, we've chopped. We are now mixing it all together. Looking beautiful. All right, so let's get that out of the way. And all we've got to do is to finish it off. But can I tell you that out of book 7, this is such a great book, hello, of course it's amazing, but in the back, I don't know whether you realise, but there's a master index in the back of book 7. So if you wanted to find a particular recipe, hello, you just go to chicken or whatever it is and you'll find it there. It doesn't have cooking for 2, but that's okay. All right, now let's put it together because my oven is hot and ready for it. So we're going to spray. I'm using a quiche dish today, but you could use a pie plate if you wished. Like, it's up to you. Remember, this serves 6, and all you have to do is pour it all in. Look at that. I think your family is going to love it. I know. You don't have to tell them it's that easy though, okay? Make out that it's really challenging to make it and you're just the best person ever to bother to make it for them. How about that? Now, look at this. Fabulous. Now what you're going to do is, I'll just get a little chopping board. What we do is we now do the cherry tomatoes. So I'll get my Neopham knife here because I like them sharp, and I always cut the cherry tomatoes down here in the middle, that way. I don't know, do you chop it any other way? When I slice, that's how I go. You could use grape tomatoes. Look, if you have no cherry tomatoes, because it looks pretty with the cherry tomatoes, but you could just do sliced tomatoes if you really, you know, didn't have them and you couldn't go out and buy them. I always like to give you alternates. So now what you do is, I'll just move this along. We've got 12, so I like to start there, like that. And then, so it's the 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and then just pop 2 in each slot. Now, you get 2 cherry tomatoes per person. So when you're cutting it, make sure they get their cherry tomatoes. Yes. Now we just finish it off with some Parmesan. And I use the Kraft because it's really easy and it's easy and it's quite lower in fat a little bit than the fresh. And all you have to do is sprinkle magic. Hello. Ham and corn slice. Yes, please. And it is one of those ones, I think with slices, they get better the longer you leave them. Like you could make this the day before you need it. Oh my gosh. Now, we're going to put this in the oven. Oh no, 2 tablespoons, what I'm thinking. Sorry, Billy just looked at me and said, no, 1 more. I'll tell you why I thought it was 1 in a minute. So, thank you, Bill. Isn't he amazing? He helps me out all the time. What would I do without him? There you go. And the parmesan will give it a beautiful, brown to the top. Now we're going to put it in our preheated oven. Hello, 180 degrees. Now, it says 50 to 55 minutes, so I'm going to do 50 on mine. It really depends on how hot your oven is. But let me show you what I did before. Let me just move this out of the way. I know I'm a messy cook, aren't I? But look, I made the Cooking for 102 version. And I got this little pie plate in one of those cheap shops, and it's just the perfect one. You can also do it in the Cooking 102. It tells you you can do it in a loaf tin, a large loaf tin. But see here, we want 2, so we're going to cut it there and there, 3 serves. My problem is though, there's 2 of us. Who's going to get the 3rd one? We'll be fighting over that one because that might go in the freezer for an easy Friday or Sunday night dinner. So this is out of Cooking for 102, serves 3, but the one in the oven, and I'll take a photo of it later and show you as well, is out of book 7. So if you want to win, I know, because you want to win, here's what's up for grabs. You could choose book 7 or you could choose Cooking for 102. Up to you. To be in it, to win it, you know what you got to do. It is like, share, very important to like and share, then in the comments, hashtag Simply Too Good. Now please make sure you write it with the Y and the 2, Simply Too Good, and I hopefully will pick you as next week's winners. Now, what's happening next week? Oh gosh, I'm going to have my apron on again. Going to be cooking for you, and we're going to China on Tuesday. Yes, we're going to book 2, which also has the Christmas section in it, so you're going to want that one if you don't have it, because hello, Christmas is coming. Anyway, we're making sweet and sour pork. I mean, fabulous. Now the thing is, I'm not a fan of sweet and sour pork until I made my version, because it's not sickly sweet. It's fabulous. So, and it's also, you don't have to use pork, you could do something else. Now, if you want to make this with me on Tuesday, hello, it's Home Ec with Annette on Tuesdays. What do? You go to my website, that's right, simplytoogood.com.au, download the recipe for the sweet and sour pork, buy the ingredients, get your stuff out, and I'll see you on Tuesday, and we'll make it together. Now, on Thursday next week, we're going to England, and we're going to make a fabulous dessert. My all-time fave from since I was a little girl. We're going to make a wine trifle because hello, we're going to be having things happening now with Christmas. It is such a great dessert, but just excuse me one moment. It is a big bowl of trifle, or you can make it out of Cooking for 102, and I'll tell you all about it next week. So you've got 2 choices there. So that's it for the show. As I said, this is the serves 3, that serves 6. We're all good to go. Thanks for joining me, and hopefully the sun will be shining next week as well. Take care, and thanks for joining me today. And remember, simplytoogood.com.au, you can get the shakes, the cookbooks, you've got the pots and the fry pans and the wok, as well as my fabulous Neo Flam knives. This is my support system in the Simply Too Good kitchen every day. Anyway, take care, and I'll see you Tuesday. Bye.